A sack for Nick Bosa. It's third down.
This does get me fired up. AC/DC hits at football games hard.
They got hitters.
They got football
Back in
hitters.
black, Highway to Hell.
Yeah, no, they got some hitters. By the way, if you can't make it to Levi Stadium tomorrow, there's no crime in that. If you can't make it down to the game, 1:35 kickoff. There's a bunch of watch parties happening. I want to give a shout out to my guy Elijah out there.
Okay.
Big brother Jeremiah Masoli. My
no
guy
way.
Elijah. Yeah, big
No
family
way.
friends. Yeah, they love us. They love
Very
us.
cool.
The Masoli family loves us.
Yeah.
Zach, Mariah,
Reardon.
Mama, Papa, the whole crew.
Crusaders for life.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We love the Masolis. But tomorrow at Rock's Den, 4431 Mission Street. Music
that's
by
Excelsior.
DJ Val. Yeah, music by DJ Val
44.
and Elijah on the mic. Doors open at 12 o'clock. Niner Empire E-Dubs and Show Enough Entertainment presents the Niners Hawks Watch Party. 4431 Mission Street at Rock's Den.
Bro, that's
shout out to
right down the
Elijah.
street from my parents' house.
Yeah, there you go.
Excelsior.
Hey, Elijah's going to be in the building. Shout out to Elijah out there.
4431?
Yep, 4431 Mission Street.
Huh.
Rock's Den. Rock's Den.
That must be, is that an old something else? Because I know
not sure.
that
That's your
my
hood.
barber used to be right there. And
So
then,
much has changed in the city,
yeah,
Shasky.
Kumakai and all the little different coffee shops right there.
Yeah.
Shout out that corridor.
There you go. There you go.
And
Elijah's
the
gonna be out
Collaborative
there.
Brothers. Go get yourself a
Yep.
sandwich. Go see what's up with my boy Mike.
There you go. Mission Street. Can't go wrong. Bunch of food options out there. Bunch
come
of
on,
food options. Come on, man.
El Farlito on the late night.
Dude.
Were you in Guadalajara or El Farlito? They're right
El
across the street.
Farlito.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
El Farlito.
My
But you
dad
know-
goes to Guadalajara.
What's the one on
He's
19th?
the guy that gets a prawn.
Is it Taqueria Cancun?
Yeah.
That one's
I think
open
it's
late night, too.
20th.
20th. That one's
Yeah.
open late night. That's a sleeper.
Yeah.
That's a sleeper
Well, the
because
24th Street El Farlito is classic. I think it's El
classic.
Faro.
Yeah, it's classic, but the line is long, and
Yeah,
you're like,
it
you know
is.
what? I don't feel like
It is
waiting.
good, though.
Let me go to Cancun.
Yeah.
And flavors.
They kind of grill their tortilla for their burrito. You know where they like grill it instead of steam it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love it. Damn. Now you got me wanting to. Might have to make a trip down there next few days.
If you could only have one burrito for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Because there's so many great ones. Like, it's really hard. People always,
So damn good.
people always
No,
ask me,
wouldn't
they're
be
like, what's your
taco.
favorite burrito? I go, well, wait, time out. What time of the day is it? Am I getting just a burrito? Am I getting, like
It's that El Farlo burrito hits at night. That flavor
exactly
hits
late
through.
night?
It's just,
yeah. Have I been drinking?
It's different.
Even though I don't drink anymore. Like, am I getting quesadilla?
Yeah.
Am I getting tacos? Like, for tacos, El Burrito Express. I like the hard shell taco. I know that sounds crazy, but I love their hard shell taco.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna go El Pastor and I want to go quesadilla, I'm gonna go see my boy Norm over
Mm-hmm.
at Taqueria Zorro over here on Broadway. Right? Like, I've got different things for different places. You know, La Corneta.
Yeah.
You know, La Corneta's cracking.
I'm
but
not
I'm
that.
more of a La Taqueria.
Yeah, I'm a little more simple than that. I just
Chicken quesadilla.
You know, I'm just
gonna go
going
see
where I
Bonita
go.
Taqueria.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what time of the day. If I want a burrito from a specific spot, I'm gonna go get it. I don't care if it's 2 a.m., midnight, 10 o'clock at night, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm just gonna go get it.
You
And
know
so
what-
El Farlo, whether it's the one on
Yeah.
24th and Mission,
Yeah.
and El Farlito up Mission Street.
Yes.
Where's that? About 30th, I want to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
31st.
That's where I
That
used to
was
see
a-
Pablo
yeah.
Sandoval all the time.
Yeah, well,
Closer to the Safeway.
I told you when Pablo Sandoval, when the Giants won the first World Series in 2010,
Yeah.
the city of San Francisco, he came by City College of San Francisco's
This is a great
baseball.
story.
Baseball's
His
practice,
brother used
right?
to play in our softball league.
Yeah, so he comes to practice at Balboa Park, and they're like, Pablo's going to be there. Not right. I was the sports editor for the Guards for
So
the
this
school
is
newspaper.
the main diamond.
The main diamond.
Closest to the police
closest to the
station.
police station.
Yeah, Ingleside.
So he comes over.
Yeah.
And Pablo shows up, and they're like, yo, Pablo's going to be there, blah, blah, blah. You could do a story on him. It's all right, cool. I get there, Pablo's out there taking batting practice, right? And he's got 2 fat diamond studs in his ear.
Okay.
I mean, he's shining out. He's got the Gucci purse, or Gucci pouch, I should say. Gucci pouch.
Okay.
And then Louis Vuitton shoes, taking hacks. Excuse me, Gucci shoes, Louis Vuitton pouch, taking hacks in the batter's box, in that dirt, just raking balls. And I'm like, you got Gucci shoes on.
Oh, wow.
Just like, you know, it is just like, he didn't even care.
Bonte, my favorite Pablo story is him late night on Mission Street with the Yukon double parked out front, and all you see, everyone's hanging on Mission. It's like 25th or whatever it is. Everyone's hanging out there, and out comes this short dude with 2 giant bags of burritos, and everyone's like, yo, that's the Panda! And this is in the middle of Camp Panda when he's supposed to be in shape, and it's 2 in the morning, and he's got 2 giant plastic bags of burritos.
Well, it was that off season. going into the 2011
Yeah.
season. Or excuse me, it was at the 2009 before the 2010 season.
Oh,
So this is before World Series, I should say, at Balboa
What he
Park.
got? Yeah, X
so
out,
then he was coming off that big year, and I was
24
like,
homers,
I remember I called
92
Big Dog
RBIs,
City. I said, yo.
300 batting average.
I said, yo, Panda.
324.
Dude, I was like, yo, Panda don't look like he's in good shape. I was like, Panda doesn't look like he's in, I don't know, man. He got a little big. He ate a little bit. Next thing you know, he was out of the postseason rotation. So anyway, that was our Panda story, burrito story. And yes, what I love about YouTube, and I love about the Xfinity mobile text line, and we're going to get right back to the Niners. Alex, Abraham, we're going to get you in just a second. What I love about our audience is they also think they're producers. A lot of them think they could produce the show. So they dictate, hey, talk about this. Hey, talk about that. Hey, talk about this. So my family, we love my family on YouTube. He always loves to produce. Hey, Bonte, you're the Warriors pre- and post-game show host. You're not going to give the Warriors a smidgen of love today?
No.
Well, look, the Warriors are starting a 5-game road trip.
There's 5 more months left in the season.
But hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
They're on a 5-game road trip. I get they're playing in San Antonio today, and they're playing in the Alamo Dome, and they're going to break the record for most fans at a game.
Name
it's going to be over
Spurs.
63,000 fans there as the Spurs celebrate their 50th anniversary. I get all that.
With not one player
I get all
anyone
that.
cares about.
Warriors got work to do. Warriors have work to do. They're 20-21. We got a playoff game tomorrow. We don't get too many playoff games in the NFL.
Thank you.
We got plenty. The Warriors have their time. Trust me. They've had plenty of time this week. They're going to have plenty of time next week. They're going to have plenty of time in February, March, April, hopefully May and June. Okay, they're playing the Spurs tonight. Get a win, please. Do not lose to the San Antonio Spurs. That's our Warriors talk.
Would it be their 3rd road win?
It'll be their 4th road win
4th.
of the season. The worst road team in the league.
The Niners have more road wins
How
than
do you
the
get
Warriors.
a road win against the Spurs?
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
How do you get a road win today? Beat the San Antonio Spurs. You have more talent. You have more depth. You should be able to win.
Yeah.
And God forbid Jakob Poeltl goes off. So all these other crazy lunatic Warrior fans can say, oh, you need to trade 2 pieces. Go get Jakob Poeltl. He's a missing piece. Good Lord. Jakob Poeltl. Oh, my God. You guys are killing me with the Jakob Poeltl talk. Jakob Poeltl.
Okay, let's just get into the Niners because I don't
Right.
even want to think about the Warriors.
Right.
Like, it's just, the season's so long.
Oh, by the way, it's a Friday. Frisco Friday. Shameless shout out, 7:45.
Yeah, but I want to do it different this time. So we're going to shout out where you're from and how you're watching the game.
Yeah, I love that.
All
I
right?
love that. It's appropriate.
I've got some high school shout outs as well.
Yep, let's do it. Shameless shout out 7:45. That's coming up. Line them up 888-957-9570. Let's go to Abraham in Daly City, and then we'll get to Alex in the 408. That's how you know love is not from Daly City. Look at how you spell Daly City if you got your call.
I didn't see how to spell it.
Okay, all right.
D-A-L.
No, D-A-I-L-Y.
Whoa. John Daly is pissed.
It's ticked off right now.
John Daly Boulevard.
So is Abraham. What's up, Abraham? You're on the roast.
Westlake Joe's.
What's up, guys? How you doing, man? I'm fired up, man. You guys got me so juiced this morning. I'm on my commute, man, so much that my wife and I looked at each other and said, we got to go to this game, man. I got work tomorrow, but guess what? I'm sick tomorrow.
Let's go.
It's going to be in section 202, man. We're going to be there. We're not fair weather fans. I'm a candlestick kid, man. 80s babies. You know what I mean? We're
Let's
going to be out
go.
there supporting our team. We're not scared of no Seahawks, man. We're going to send them home packing, crying. You know what I mean? So, hey, the reason why we're going to win tomorrow, the 3 M's, McCaffrey, Mitchell, and Mason. Run the ball down their throats. We're going to get this W, man, and on to the next, guys. That's all I got today. But one more thing before I go. Try Dos Charros Taqueria over there in Park Merced.
Oh, okay.
For a burrito with Al Pastor.
Really?
Write that down. Dos Charros.
Yeah.
Right there, Park Merced, Al Pastor, delicious burritos, man.
Yeah, I love El
You gotta
Pastor.
try, guys.
Yeah, I judge a place on their El Pastor. El Roy's, by the way, up in the 707 is another spot that I
I
love.
like that 3 M's.
I do too.
McCaffrey, Mitchell, and Mason.
I do.
M&M's.
You know what 3M is? They make like Scotch tape and things
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I was
You
thinking
know?
something
And
else.
like the 3M, you also do,
I
they
had
do the
something else.
double-sided tape. Where were you going to go?
No, I'm not going to go there. M&M's. Can we call them M&M's, or does it have to? Because it's M&M's.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
They got to lose their self tomorrow, right? It's one shot, one opportunity.
Wow. Thanks, Nate Dogg. Till you collapse?
Oh, lose yourself.
Yeah, lose yourself.
I know.
Yeah,
I know,
Gotta
but-
lose yourself. Alex 408, what's happening?
Spaghetti all up on your.
Mom's Spaghetti, man. He has a place in Detroit now.
He does. Yeah, I saw that.
Is it any good? Emmy's Spaghetti's pretty
open.
bomb in the city.
It's open. I got to have homemade spaghetti. I don't like, if my mom doesn't make the spaghetti, I don't want the spaghetti.
What about fast food spaghetti, too?
I'm not a fan.
Italian food, it can't be fast food. Other than pizza.
People can mess up spaghetti. If it's not my mom's spaghetti, I don't want it.
You've never had Emmy Spaghetti? It's a Emmy Spaghetti Shack or whatever in the Mission. It's pretty bomb. They serve 40 ounces and 32 ounces, too, when you get in there. No, I'm not joking. It's a killer spot. The meatballs and the spaghetti are next level.
But it is good. But for me, I got to have that homemade spaghetti.
No, I got you.
I got to have that homemade. Alex in the 408, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, good morning, fellas. How you guys doing today?
I'm great.
Good.
Yeah, excited for tomorrow. I will be out there as
Let's
well.
go.
My aunt gave me a wedding gift, so I'm excited. I was like, best gift ever,
Mm-hmm.
I was the one that caught you guys last year with the Mavericks. Remember, I'm not Mavericks fan, so I'm inviting you guys out to that tailgate that I promised you tomorrow.
Oh, you're the Mavericks fan. Oh, you're the Luka Doncic fan?
Yes, sir.
So you're the one.
You're the one in the Bay Area. So
I want to invite you guys out. We'll be right there.
What poll?
Pool 10.
Poll 10. Oh, yeah, my boys over there, the Bolognas, they're all over there. So I'll be in that area. Check me out. I'll be over there.
Sir.
I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, my boy Robert's going to hook it up for us. And I'll give you guys a shout out on Instagram so you can hit me up.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Sounds
Hit me up. No doubt.
Right, let's go Niners, baby.
No doubt.
Let's go.
Brina on Twitter. Bonteo, not trying to produce the show, but I'm hoping to hear from Mark Willard catching strays earlier from Butcher Boy.
I wasn't even the one hitting. You were talking about ball
you
hogging.
threw strays first. Stop ducking the smoke.
All right.
Stop ducking the smoke. By the way, this segment is presented by Zenni, the official eyewear of the San Francisco 49ers. Shop from over. That's where it ends. Shout out YouTube, Twitch, Xfinity mobile text line as well. Here, let me grab the old sheet so we can finish that read. We can't do Zenni like that, man. All right, shop from over 3,000 styles at 80% off retail prices exclusively at Zenni.com. It is the Friday morning mail-in. What is your keys to the games? X factors, all that good stuff. Let me ask you this, Shasky, as we look at the playoff landscape overall. AFC, NFC, Niners, Chiefs, whatever. If I gave you, I'm going to just throw some names out there at you. Shanahan, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, Philadelphia. Who needs this postseason the most? Who needs to be successful during this postseason the most? Is it Kyle Shanahan?
Are we talking about like job pressure or just criticism overall?
Just to build that resume.
I would say the Dallas Cowboys because Mike McCarthy could be out the door. If Sean Payton, who was a former Cowboy guy, like he's looming over everything. If I'm him, I'm kind of being patient and seeing what happens here in the playoffs. But I think Dak and Mike McCarthy in particular are the two that I feel like need the biggest. They need at least a win.
They need a win, at least one win. Wow.
In my estimation.
Okay.
Because I would blow out McCarthy if he doesn't win this. You can't lose in the playoffs back-to-back years, one and done.
No, you can't. You can't. Not with that talent. The Road to Glendale brought to you by Mary West Credit Union, working for you today, tomorrow, and together. Shameless shout-outs, 15 minutes. Line them up, 888-957-9570. That's 888-957-9570. Shameless shout-outs. Where you're watching the game at, where you're from. Are you going to the game? We want to hear from you coming up in 15 minutes. But first, let's go to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler. Does a great job covering the league. Jeremy, welcome back to the Morning Roast with Joe Shasky, the Butcher, and Bonte Hill. And Jeremy, I was just asking Shasky, who needs this postseason the most out of all these players, whether it's Josh Allen, whether it's Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, whether it's Mahomes and Andy Reid to get that second Lombardi, whether it's Kyle Shanahan to finally get that championship as a head coach of the 49ers, who are you looking at this postseason saying, you know what, they can gain so much from a successful run in this postseason?
Well, great to be with you guys. And I heard you talking about Dallas. I mean, certainly they are under the most pressure. There's a feeling league-wide that Mike McCarthy needs to get this win. Because that would be 3 years without a playoff victory, if not. And in Dallas right now, with Jerry Jones getting up there in age, that probably won't get it done. As far as who has the most to gain, I look at Buffalo. I mean, they have this championship window. They've had a really difficult year with snowstorms and the DeMar Hamlin situation and big-time injuries. But here they are, with 13 regular season wins in the 2 seed. I mean, they got a real opportunity here, to try to burst through.
How would you describe, because we're seeing everybody kind of put out their Coach of the Year candidates, and there's so many different options. You can go in a lot of different directions, but like Shanahan had a great year. A lot of people have him on the list for Coach of the Year. If they lose this game against the Seahawks, how is it viewed?
If the 49ers lose to the Seahawks?
At home.
I mean, anytime you're a 2 seed, what are they, a 2 seed?
Mm-hmm.
It's the disappointment is going to permeate, but still a pretty successful year, I think, just considering where they've been and you're on a third-string quarterback. Like, I think Kyle Shanahan, regardless, has cemented his place as, really the top play caller of this generation. I mean, right there with Andy Reid.
Wow.
And so I talked to some teams that feel like as good as Brock Purdy has been, he could be a little bit on borrowed time. Like, is he going to run out of gas a little bit? So it's always possible that happens in the Seattle game. But then again, he plays with such poise and runs the offense well enough. And they got the addition of Christian McCaffrey has just changed everything, it feels like. So I would be surprised. They just seem to be a good matchup with Seattle. Seattle's really struggled with them. So, if Seattle can change their game plan somehow, and, be able to, apply enough pressure on the offense to eliminate big plays, and maybe they have a chance. But, for me, anytime a 2 seed loses, it caps a disappointing season. But I think in this case, with what San Francisco's done, they're well positioned where there's stuff to be proud of too.
Jeremy Fowler, ESPN, here on the Morning Roast on 95.7 Game. Will we be watching Tom Brady for the last time during this postseason? What's your gut tell you there, Jeremy?
I don't think so. I thought so 3 months ago, but now it seems to be trending where he's going to play again. Or at least that's the feeling when I talk to teams. The Bucs believe they have a chance to bring him back. There are a lot of whispers about him playing for the Raiders next year. Like, he's still a commodity, right? And
yep.
He's gone through a lot with the divorce and things that were very public. He seems to be, at least on the football field, playing better. And, the arm strength is still there, so, which is crazy. I thought that it was, every time it looks like his skills are diminishing or waning, that he finds a way to recover. And so we'll see. I mean, they got a great matchup with the Cowboys. Like, that's a hard draw for Dallas. Have to play against Tom Brady on the road in the playoffs after winning 12 games in the regular season. So,
and on a grass team, Jeremy. I don't know if you have heard, but Dallas doesn't play well on grass.
Yeah, no, they don't play well against Tom Brady. So, yeah, it's a tough matchup. But I'm leaning toward Tom being back next year.
Wow. Before you get on out of here, the Minnesota-New York Giants game, a lot of Niner fans kind of got their eye on that one because if the Giants win, then they would face, obviously, the winner of the Dallas and Tampa Bay game. If Minnesota wins, then the Niners, if they can win on Saturday, they would face them. Who do you think is the more underrated team in that matchup, Minnesota or New York?
Well, Minnesota's kind of been underrated all year, really, despite their high win total. I think it's just because their defense has given up a lot of yards, especially in the secondary. So they always feel susceptible. And this feels like an upset game where the Giants could take that one. But Minnesota has so much firepower on offense, that they can make a run here. They're not really being listed as one of those teams that's going to get through the playoffs. But I kind of think it could go the other way, and Kirk Cousins has his seminal playoff moment, maybe the next 2 games, and really makes a push at it. I know they're a flawed team, so it wouldn't surprise me either way. But I kind of got Minnesota getting through this one and winning in convincing fashion.
All right, Jeremy, what's your Super Bowl prediction before we get you out of here? Who's making it? NFC, AFC, who's winning it?
Well, my prediction in the preseason was Bills and 49ers. So I'm going to stick with that. I still think both teams are well positioned. The Bills worry me because their two most important defensive players, Von Miller and Micah Hyde, are both out. So it's just tough as a result. But I do feel like they're kind of galvanized. And we'll go from there. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with my picks.
You're a big Trey Lance guy. I like that, Jeremy. We'll get you back on when Trey Lance hits the field. Enjoy the playoffs tomorrow, 1:35. It all starts between the Niners and Hawks. Jeremy, thanks for the time today.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Anytime, Jeremy Fowler, ESPN, 888-957-9.